I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekak Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who all learned this truth. Shalom to the brothers who pushing this truth and gospel and sincerity to wake up the elect. And to the elect, I say Shalom. And today's topic will be the window of opportunity is closing for you, Jakes. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 4. It reads, I also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spoke, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delight not. So the Heavenly Father is about to bring delusions on these 2/3 of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you Confucians and Facists. Your biggest fears is about to be upon you. Why? Because what did the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, just say? When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes, and chose that which I delight not. Because the Heavenly Father, he speaks to the people through his prophet. And what have the prophets been doing? Since Abba Bibbins came on the scene, on to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, started with the apostles of Ha, they've been putting in work. And they've been warning the people that they need to get right. They need to come back into the Heavenly Father, to the law, statutes, and commandments, to the best of their abilities. But what do the so-called Negro, the so-called Latino, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called Seminole Indians do? They do evil. But the Lord has warned us. I'm going to read it again. Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring fear upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delight not. So now we're going to go to the book of Proverbs, and I believe we're going to start at chapter 1, and I'm going to start at chapter 24, and let's see what it says. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 20, and the reason I'm going to get this good because the window of opportunity is closing. That delivery that the Most High has given to the 2/3 of Israel is about to close. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20, and it reads, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And do not you see man out there in the streets with that 12 tribe chart sign trying to wake up our people? Like, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief places of the concourse and the opening of the gates and the city. She uttereth her words, saying, all right, so wisdom is being brought out on the cheap places in the concourse all across the four corners of the globe through the prophets. The prophets are back on the scene, but the prophets are about to disappear. This is verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Because 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, as well as a confusion of faces, you're simple. The scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Yeah, because The Heavenly Father has referred to us as childish children, being simple, silly, stupid children. Verse 23, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refuse. Now, didn't we just hear this being reiterated in the book of Isaiah in chapter 66? I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Your Heavenly Father has stretched out his hand by men who make videos, men who go out on the highways and the byways. Because I have cried and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. But ye have set at not all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mark when your fear cometh. Heavenly Father said he will choose your delusions when the fears come upon you. The Most High is going to laugh at you when your calamity come and you start to fear on that. Carrying on, you said, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress, Salakia, and anguish come upon you, shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They will none of my counsel. They despise all of my reproof. So for that they hated knowledge. And what does it say in the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and 6? For my people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We even went into captivity for a lack of knowledge. That's why we in this and final captivity right now. So with that, I'm going to grab another precept, and we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 8. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods who ye know not? What are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans doing right now? The majority of the nation of Israel, they're doing these things right now. All right. Verse 10, and come and stand before me in this house which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these things, all these abominations. Is this the house which is called by my name become a den of robbers, and in your eyes behold, even I have seen it, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, and he can see everything through his angels. And continuing on in verse 12, but go ye now unto my place which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel. This is possessive. That's why this video is only for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and confusing the faces. All you other nations who not included, get lost, because this video is not for you. But now that you've done all these works, said that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and I spoke on to you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not, and I called you, but ye answer not. The 2/3 of Israel is not hearkening on to the words. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh, and I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Ephraim being the top tribe of the northern kingdom, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Verse 16, therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. All right. This is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, telling Jeremiah, hey, look, he told him to go out and prophesy, but he said, don't pray for these people. I'm going to grab another precept, which is going to probably be my last one. And I'm going to get Amos chapter 8. But the window of opportunity is closing for you, Jakes. This is the book of Amos chapter 8, verse 11. And it reads, oh, the days come, said the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. And the famine of the word is coming. You people is not going to hear this no more. Verse 12, they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and from to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. Gonna wait till YouTube closed down, and wait until we're not on these corners and no more on these concourse places no more, and we're not gonna be there. And what's gonna happen? Verse 13. In that day shall the fair virgin and young men fake for thirst. They gonna literally be faking for this word. But it's gonna be too late. With that, hopefully this video was edifying. Shalom.